A couple months ago, Coach Fraley called me up, and he said, I'd like you to say a few words at the Pole Vault Summit. I'd like you to speak about the heart of a champion. And the first thing that occurred to me was that I needed to come out here and tell you guys stories about winning track meets and what it's like to be a champion. And then I got to think about it, and I thought, you know, it's really not about the winning part. It's not about the medals. It's not about the championships. It's about your heart. It's about this amazing fist-sized organ in your body that pumps the blood, that powers your muscles, that repairs your muscles. It also pumps blood to your brain. That stimulates us to dream, to think about what we would like to achieve. It also gives us a chance to do something that we've never done before. It stimulates us to have a burning desire to go out and try to do something that's never been done. Maybe not by yourself, maybe not by someone else, or maybe it's just something that you want to do because it's fun. When I was in high school, much like most of you guys, I pole vaulted just simply for that reason, because it was fun. It was something that I wanted to do. It was a great way to bond with my friends. It was a way to be active, stay out of trouble. But when I finished high school, I wasn't very good. I jumped 14 and a half feet. And while I thought I was pretty good, apparently a lot of college coaches didn't. There was no scholarship offers. There was nobody beating down my door saying, we really want you to come pole vault for us. But my heart told me I wanted to continue. So I made a decision. I decided I would go to a small junior college that had a local track program. And that would allow me to continue, at least for a short time. And it would also allow me to see if I could improve. At that point, I had improved every year. I jumped 9.6 as a freshman. So from 9.6 as a freshman to 14.6 as a senior, I thought I was doing pretty good. Improved a couple feet a year. And it did. It opened my eyes to a bigger world. I got to see college pole vaulters. My very first indoor track meet was at the University of Missouri. And I saw a guy named Joe Dial jump 18.6. Almost broke the American record that day. And I couldn't believe it. The highest I'd ever seen anybody jump was about 16 feet. And I went to a lot of different track meets over those first 2 years of college, and I got to see a different perspective. I got to see guys that were dedicated to the sport. I got to see guys that were really working in a direction to achieve what their dreams were. The dreams that were stimulated by our brains. The dreams that we could fly where no one else had flown before. And I moved on beyond junior college to Arkansas State University, where I jumped 17.8. Once again, I thought I was doing pretty good. My heart told me that I wanted to keep pole vaulting. My brain told me I was crazy. My brain said, hey, what are you thinking? The best guys in the world jump 19 feet or higher. But I knew that that was something that I wanted to do. And that was a tough thing for me to do. When I got out of college, I thought, how can I survive? How can I make it in the sport? I didn't know what the next step would be because I didn't know what direction I could go. So I turned to my heart. And my heart gives me the courage, just as yours should give you the courage, to face your fears, to take a risk, to overcome adversity, and to step outside your comfort zone, to step into a world that you're not really sure what's going to happen, but look at it as an opportunity to do something you never thought you could do. At that moment, I realized that probably the greatest rewards in life come with the biggest risk. If you're willing to take that risk, you use your heart, you follow your heart, you step outside your comfort zone, and you realize that there's a method you can follow to achieve your goals. When I got out of college, I decided I had to make a plan. Up until that point, I thought my plan was already made for me, typically by my coaches. My coach, Earl Bell, said, we need to look at this in the big picture. You've got 2 years to the Olympic trials. He goes, but I don't know that 92, I graduated college in 1990. And at that point, we didn't think 1992 would probably be my best chance. We thought maybe 96. So we made a plan. And at that point, I changed the way I thought about the sport. I changed about the way I thought about myself. Because I knew that I had to dig deeper, try harder, and I had to face those fears. And I had to face those challenges that stood in front of me, that presented barriers. Things that it's easy to talk about. When we dream, we talk about things. I hear a lot of things. The media loves the hype. They love to hear people talk about what they're going to do and what they think they can do. But I've always been a big believer that actions speak louder than words. I've always thought that the most important thing you can do is to make a plan, stick to that plan, try to achieve your goals, reevaluate, and form new goals. As it turned out, I did qualify for the Olympic trials in 1992. By that year, I jumped 18.4.5. And it was my coach that said, you need to stick it, you need to stay with this. I think you can be pretty good one day. Once again, I was scared. It was hard for me to figure, I was so worried about failure, but I turned to my heart and I said, if I can face the challenges I faced and continue to improve, then why not? Why couldn't I keep improving? Why couldn't I keep getting better? And that was what I kind of looked at myself as a chance to go outside my comfort zone. When my coach wanted me to do things that I'd never done before, I had to trust in him. I had to trust in what he was telling me. And that courage is what comes from the heart. It's like the lion from The Wizard of Oz. He wanted to have a bigger heart because he wanted to have courage. I felt like if we use that courage that comes from the heart, we can stare adversity right in the face. And all of a sudden it doesn't become adversity, it just becomes a challenge. It's just one challenge to go from one step to the next in achieving your goals. To me, the heart of the champion comes when you make a plan, you dedicate yourself to achieve your goals, you trust in your heart, and you will eventually achieve your dreams.